Hi everyone, thank you so much for being here with me. And today we are going to revise, as you can see in my slide here, the past simple and also the present perfect, and when we can combine each of these tenses together. And I know that a lot of people don't like this because we are going to be confusing about when we use the past simple and when we use the present perfect. So the present perfect, okay, it's different than the past continuous, and we all know that. So without a further ado, let's dive into today's lesson. And of course, we need first to elaborate the past simple and the present perfect first, and then combine each of these tenses together. So as you can see here in my slide, I have here the past simple alone, and let's read the usage of these tenses. So the first usage of the past simple, we use it with finished action or states or habits in the past. And we have a finished time word. And please be careful of this line here. I don't know if highlighted, it's highlighted with black color. So I hope you can see this here, because you need to give attention to the frequency word. And this frequency word is going to help you when to use a past simple. For example, yesterday, last week, at 2 o'clock in 2003. And give attention because we're going today have lots of frequency word. So let's read the first example we have here. We all worked yesterday. And the second one, he got up at 9 a.m. last Monday. So as you can see here in these both examples we have here, that each one of them has frequency word. We have yesterday and we have here at 9 a.m. So give attention, please. And the second one we have, okay, we use it with finished action. Okay, and finish the habit and all of that. And let's focus for the last line we have here, and this include when the person we are talking about is dead. For example, Leonardo painted the Mona Lisa. We have Neil Armstrong was the first man in the moon. So already both of these men are dead now, not exist anymore, but the actions they did, it's happened in the past. And the second usage we have here, let's focus also for the last here. But here we are, if you notice here, we are combined between the past simple and the present perfect. This is like a small example to know that when to use both of them. So I have studied English and I went to school in Australia when I traveled there. So the first sentence we have here, we use the present perfect. And the second one, we used the past simple. Also for the second one, I've eaten lunch and my husband took me out to a new place. Both of these also we use the past simple and the present perfect. And we have here stories. This is so important if you have interview and they're gonna ask you about past events, and you have to know exactly how to use the past simple. That's why we are here and we're trying to revise all the tenses. So we have here two examples. The first one, I walked into the shop and people were speaking so loudly, so I decided to take a seat in the back. So in this example we have used the past simple, and I think you can notice that we combine between the first one, the past simple, and the second one, the past continuous, right? And the third one, the past simple. So give attention please to that. And we have some exercise. I'm gonna attach this in the video down below. You can download it and answer, and I have the answer sheet. I have here the perfect slide for you, the past simple versus the present perfect. So this is gonna be awesome for you to know when to use when. Okay, so unfinished action in the past. We have here finished action. I have known her for 2 years. This is mean that I still know her. I still in relation with her. But this mean that I knew her for 2 years, that I already finished the action and I am with a relation with another one. And we have here, I have been 3 twice. So we have here, I have been 3 twice. This means that I still in this place in the present moment, but here my great grandmother went there twice. This means that she's finished the action. Also, this is so famous example. I've lost my keys. This means that right now I can find my keys, but I lost my keys last week. This means right now I am not searching for the key because the action finished. So I have here also for you some small examples for you to, you're gonna be like it a lot when to use when. Okay, and yep, I have another examples for you here. You're gonna like it more, this one. So let's read more about let's read more examples about the past perfect and the present present perfect and the past simple. So let's ignore this mark here, guys, for a moment, just to pretend you can see it. I saw Kevin yesterday. I've seen Kevin yesterday. So which one of these examples we have here are correct? Of course, the first one, I saw Kevin yesterday, because I mentioned that yesterday, last week, this frequency word, you can't use the present perfect. So yesterday mean that I must use the past simple. And here in these examples, it's different. I need to zoom it for you just to be able to see it. So in these examples I have for you, it's different because we called Kevin this morning. We've called Kevin this morning. Both of these examples are correct, by the way, because we are using the past simple and the present perfect. So you're gonna ask me, Isra, you are confusing us. Of course not. We have here this frequency word, this morning, okay? And this means that I can both of them structure correctly. I can use the past and the present perfect. So you can read here the main difference between the past simple and the present perfect: specific time, and highlighted in green. If the specific time doesn't last up until the present, we use the past simple. But if the specific time lasts up until the present, we mostly use the present perfect. Okay, what does it mean? We have here this word, and I have also another word right here. But let's focus about this morning in the next slide. And let's see that the past simple expression, time expressions. We have here another time expression. We already have it. Let me show you. I have it here and I show you it. I told you that you have to focus We have here yesterday, last week at 2 o'clock in 2003. But here in this, in this example, I have add more. Okay, we have here 5 minutes ago, 2 days ago, in 2090, in December, in October. This time expression means that I must use the past symbol. In the next slide I have here for you also is nice. Okay, we have here 2 weeks ago I bought some antidepressant online. So 2 weeks ago, we just take it in this slide here, focus with me, and this means that the action, the event already happened in the past. So that's why I use the main verb here in the past. Okay, and you can see here specific time in the past I highlighted equal 2 weeks ago, so it's already in the past. This is correct. Let's read our next example here. Trump whisked Fauci to Germany for a surgery in 2010. So in this example we used specific time, which is in 2010. So did you see that in this example we have in January, maybe not in specific year? So anything comes like this structure, time expression, we use it the past symbol. But we have here these two contents here. Let's read it. When we describe finished action, okay, when we describe a finished action in the past with a reference to a specific time, then the past simple tense is your friend. This is more explain my talk. So for instance, we have here two examples here, and let's see why I highlighted with red. 2 weeks ago I have bought some antidepressants online. So the first example, why I highlight the red, because 2 weeks ago. Give attention to the specific time, because this is gonna be incorrect if you use the present perfect with this 2 weeks ago. Also in the second example we have here the end of the sentence in 2010, we can't use this in the present perfect. Let's move on. Did you remember the first example we had talked about? So let's read it again. We called Kevin this morning. Well, if the statement is made or was made in the afternoon, evening, or night, obviously morning in the past already. So yep, we can use this one. We can use the past simple already, because this means that we call it this morning. But if we think on this time expression, this morning, as a time period which includes a present, okay, and I know that you are confused now what you are talking about. I'm gonna tell you right now. As you can see here in this example, I have for you this sentence, we've called Kevin this morning, is valid. So you are going to be confused now. All right, we have here we called Kevin and we've called Kevin, but we have this time expression this morning. So this morning is the only time expression we can use it in the past simple and the present perfect. Okay, you can use it in both of these tenses. So give attention to that. And let's look to another pair of examples to compare and to understand better. We didn't see the accountant this morning, and we haven't seen the accountant this morning. So didn't is a helper verb or a auxiliary verb in the past, and we use it for the negative form in the past simple. You can't use it in the present perfect, but here we haven't seen. This means that the present perfect. So in this example we have here, as you can see, this morning is frequency word. You can use it in the past simple and the present perfect, but we here have didn't see, so this means that the past tense, and haven't seen, this means the present perfect. So if you remember when I told you this morning, let's elaborate it to the last slide and we are going to finish. I have another examples for you, but let's focus now in this morning. So if we think of the time expression this morning as a time period, which includes a present perfect or the past simple. So this morning, the only frequency word, you can use it in both tenses. So we have lots of examples here, and as you can see in these examples, we use this morning, but we use didn't the first one, and the second one we use haven't. And also in the, let's take the question form for the past simple and the present perfect. I know that you already know it, or I assume that you know it, but let's like explain it or memorize it together. So we use did and have. Did in the question form for the past simple and have for the question form for the present perfect. So did you provide the patient with aspirin this morning? This means that this morning is over. Okay, the morning is over. We are now in the midday or at night. So you must know that. And also, have you provided the patient with aspirin this morning? This means that we're still in the morning. So okay, let's read the last examples and finish the video, because I don't want this video is last 4 minutes. Okay, we have more here. My parents haven't visited me this year. Maybe that I'm still in this year, it's not finished yet. But if I said my parents didn't visited me, or instead of saying having, this means that the year finished. And have you received any payment this morning? This means that the morning is still right now. So I hope you like this lesson we have together, and I'm going to create part 2 because I have a lots and lots of things to cover with you guys. And thank you so much